Ooh, look at this cool submission that we got from an apprentice out in Derby, UK. He wanted to know how I would rate some of his recent work and if I had any advice for a new tattooer. So, stick around, I'm going to break it down. This tattoo was sent in by Oliver James Owen, and you can find him on Instagram right there, oliver.jtattoo, if you want to see some of his work. Really cool stuff. He is working out of Collective Tattoo right there in Derby, UK. If you want to find them on Instagram, don't forget all those damn periods. That is just insane. He says he's been there for about a year apprenticing, a little over a year, so let's break it down. Now, first off, I gotta say, I'm really impressed. Looking through his work, I think he's doing some really advanced creative designs. For somebody just starting out, I'm a really big fan of this surrealistic style that he does, and I'm really impressed to see how much dedication he is putting into these custom designs. A lot of artists, they jump the gun. They're really excited to learn how to tattoo and use the machine, but they forget that it's all about the art. So if you're garbage on paper, you're gonna be garbage on skin. So I love to see that Oliver is absolutely an artist by nature, and he's doing some great stuff. Now, one thing that I'm going to give him shit about is how he edits these photos. When you post a black and white photo or you're removing the color saturation from a photo, I feel like it's deceiving to clients, okay? And I know that a lot of artists like Oliver here just wants to put his best foot forward and make the work look great, but when I show you the healed version that he sent me here, there's a major difference between what looks pretty awesome and dark and contrasted on Instagram versus the healed version of it, the reality that the customer is going to live with the rest of their life. And I think that a lot of customers, when they see this, they're expecting that's what they're going to get. But you can see the major difference. When that contrast is gone, when you actually add color to the image, it's way, way different. And so that's the first thing that I would say. Definitely, Oliver, if you're just starting out, don't get in the habit of posting these edited ones without at least posting the healed, or like the original version or a healed version afterwards, because you don't want your customers to constantly be disappointed that their tattoos look nothing like the tattoos that you post on Instagram, okay? Now, first off, let's talk about the shading in this one. Again, I think everything looks great, right? Really smooth, clean shading. I was surprised how nice it looks. I love this skin break here that he did to really enhance the color and the shape of the chin there. But a lot of this, and when it's a black and gray image, it's hard to tell, is this shadowing in here or is this just irritated skin? And when I switch over to that healed version that he sent me, you can see a lot of that shading kind of really lightens up or just disappears, because a lot of it was just red irritated skin from immediately after the tattoo was done, and obviously that's not shading that's going to stay. And so some of this did not stay as black as I would have hoped. I really liked that contrasted version. I like the way this looks, and it's going to hold up really well if you incorporate a lot of blacks like that. But when it heals and a lot of those blacks really kind of turn into a medium or just a dark gray, it kind of loses a little bit for me. And so, I would say try to tighten that up, add a little bit more blacks. Don't be afraid of that contrast when you're applying the tattoo. So for the shading though, I think he is doing really great with this application technique. It comes out really smooth looking. So for the shading, I think I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Now, there's not really much to judge with the line work in this. This is just light gray lines that he did here, and I like that he did that. He didn't use bold outer edges or anything. He just did light, soft lines for the actual statue there. And the lines in this background image, though, they're really dark and clean and crisp. Now, again, we got to go over to that healed version to see how well they held up. And you can see there's some little patches in there. I don't know if you guys can see that as well as I can, but there's some little patches in there where you could tell that maybe it scabbed up a little too much, and so it just didn't heal well when those scabs kind of popped off. Now, this is something that's not uncommon to be seen. Whenever an artist is filling in tight little black areas like that, a lot of times we're forced to do it with an outliner, a really tiny needle set that's not intended for fill-in. And so that's what you get. You get overly irritated or overworked skin that has a hard time holding on to the ink. And I think that's what I'm seeing here with these little patches. It is hard to say. I almost have to give them the benefit of the doubt because this is, obviously a little bit of a pixelated photo. It's not as clear as I would prefer. But I can say that's some good advice for any artist. When you're filling in those tight areas, you want to get a nice, small, round shader set, okay? Don't get, just an outliner and think you're going to be fine with the bold outliner to fill that in. Use a round shader because it's going to reduce the amount of trauma you're doing to the skin, and you'll get these to heal a lot better. Now, I guess for the line work, though, I think he did do a pretty good job other than those little fill-in spots. So for the line work, I guess I would give him a 6.5 out of 10 as well. But for the healing, I think it healed really well. This is nice, well-gradiated gray wash, really smooth blends here. And I don't see any large patches where it's scabbed too horribly. It was really just these little spots here in the black, which is something we see a lot. So for the healing, I'm actually going to give him an 8 out of 10. I think it healed pretty well. So overall, that means I'd rate this one about a 7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys would rate it down in the comments below. And Oliver James Owen, absolutely, you're killing it. I can't wait to see the artwork you're putting out in the future because I think you got some really brilliant artwork. You got a great career ahead of you, man. Thanks for sending it in. All right, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.